Well, new statistics out this morning reveal that Australia's deadliest jobs are also some of the worst paid.
Alarmingly, there's been almost 2,000 worker fatalities in the mobile and transport industries over the last 13 years. Raife Watson, CEO of Adzuna Australia, joins us now to have a look at this further. Raife, what is the average salary of those jobs?
Right. First, let me say that some of these jobs are not one to think. People think, gee, it's got to be commercial fisherman or fireman or something like this, but it's the road transport. It's truck drivers, courier drivers, etc., roofers. Salaries around about 64,000 for a truck driver, 70,000 for a roofer, so they are not the most highly paid jobs by any stretch of the imagination. If you go onto Adzuna, you can see the salaries of all these types of jobs. But yeah, it's the cushy jobs that get the higher salaries.
OK, and obviously these are the most dangerous as well, in parts.
So the tractor drivers, I mean, they're really low paid, I think. Couriers, drivers, as I said, and the roofer, anything at heights, essentially, you know, construction, scaffolders, etc. You don't really want to be up there because that's where most of the injuries occur. And interestingly enough, too, I think, I was saying to Lisa earlier that it's in my age bracket, unfortunately, that most of this happens, and that's the 45 to 55 age bracket. So
Why is that?
I think it's because you start slowing down a bit, even though I feel still bulletproof, but I think my eyesight's going a bit, my hearing, etc. But I think the biggest part is complacency. I think if you've done these jobs for 20 years or so, you're like, I won't put the harness on, or I'll look at the iPad while I'm driving.
So you're saying that it's employee fault, not employer fault, that's causing most of these deaths?
Look, I think there's always more employers can do, and that's changed over the last 10 years or so. A lot of these firms have got OH&S, or occupational health and safety officers, and they're there, they get trained every year, they train staff, but I think, yeah, you've got to stay alert in these types of jobs.
What are the most dangerous states to work in?
Right, well, I think we've all seen the front cover of the NT News, right? So NT is now, a lot of that's because of the tyranny of distance and the types of jobs up there, like the mining, driving, etc. So that's where the most fatalities are occurring.
You've got to feel for truck drivers in particular, because quite often the way those companies set the standard of how quickly a truck driver has to get there, they often have to break the law or quite often use drugs in order to be able to keep those long-distance commitments. Yeah,
that's right, and that's what I'm saying. There's more employers can do. Think about your staff. They're the most important asset that you have here. Like sitting here, I mean, unless that camera boom falls on us, I think we're going to be pretty safe. But yeah, so those guys doing that.
TV wins.
Anything could fall at any moment. OK, so what are the jobs that are in the safest industries to work in?
Yeah, TV, but it's IT, finance, that type of stuff, education, training, all the ones where we're sitting here with suit jackets on, having nice coffees, and also they're the highest paid jobs as well.
All right, good to talk to you. Thank you very much for...
Can I just say one more thing? The safest area to work is actually Canberra. So our polly's tucked up there, might choke on an hors d'oeuvre or get a paper cut passing a bill. Highest salaries are down there in Canberra.
Public service.
Absolutely.
We love you guys.
All right.
Especially the tax department. Rock on.